Hello everyone, welcome on back to Hutan Pantai. Alright, so first things first, we have a bunch of the garlic, lettuce, there's oyster mushrooms on here, chili peppers, you name it, it's here. I think if I restrap it might show the... Nope, still doesn't show the oyster mushrooms. Well, you can see that they are there. We weren't able to fit all of this. There's still quite a bit more to be sold, which we can probably sell, next month or something. Figured then we'd have the money to possibly get the water buffalo this month, but I don't think we will. I'm going to try to make sure we get the grass field down here mowed, tethered, baled. That way we have some hay actually on hand. Oh. Yeah, probably should take it a little slower. It's going to be a little top heavy. I probably stacked it a little higher than what I should have, but I was just kind of hoping we can get most of it sold here, but everything's at a fairly good price. Most of it is slightly higher at the restaurant, but to be honest, I don't think we would be able to make it up that hill, so we're just going to be selling it at the farmer's market instead. Yeah, this is the grass field that needs to be mowed and tethered and everything to it. We have one field that needs lime on it. Well, two fields actually. So yeah, we definitely have a lot of things to do, and obviously we have one main tractor. The Merlot can do some, but I know, heck, even the main tractor is going to struggle on the one lime. If we have the lime spreader full, it's going to struggle going up the hills. So, it's kind of unfortunate, but going to have one of those do... Oh, no, we're going by it. Do something that it's not good at. We have the rice cakes on here too. 58,000, almost 59,000. And another $46,500. We're at $358,000. Like I said, we do still have some to be sold in here. It's not a ton. It's just like some garlic, chili peppers. Like there's a decent amount in here. And I'm thinking once we'll get the last pallet spawn for chili peppers and garlic and strawberries, I might switch it to just lettuce. So then in the future, we'll be getting less pallets. Because there's less that spawn for lettuce, but it's worth more money. It's worth like $3,000 instead of $1,500. So it kind of does make sense in that regard. So really, we're not too far off from maybe getting a new tractor even. But the thing is, with the water buffalo, it does come with other expenses as well. Obviously, the water buffalo themselves, custom pasture. Eventually, we're going to want to buy our own baler and everything. Buying the animals themselves, which I'll probably start with a smaller amount of adults just to get going, and we kind of see how much food they're going to eat. Long term, I think we might look to sell the rice sapling greenhouse and put a dairy there instead. Just a long-term thought process, though. I'm not sure if we're going to actually get to that weeded or hoed this month. Yeah, I think this is going to have to do the lime spreading. I wonder if I could have this go a different direction, and then it might not be affected as much by the steeper hill. That might help some. I did look through contracts, nothing too interesting in there. I considered one harvest, but nothing Nothing too great. Maybe something will pop up. I'll double check again. Maybe there's something now, but nothing too great when I looked beforehand. I'm going to probably basically fill this up for the lime. Then we'll have a bunch. Alright, so let's see. Lime is here. Yes. Is this a 9,000 liter capacity now? We'll buy 10,000 liters and we'll just have extra. I think this is a 9,000 liter capacity now. I think I extended it a little. Maybe it's 11,000. Yeah, I didn't see anything in here earlier. Ooh! 11 grand cultivating. That was not in there earlier. We'll borrow those items. We'll do that. That's not too bad. And it's a quad track. Everybody's favorite tractor. You don't see those too often, so. That is a very, very large cultivator. I wonder if that's one of the larger ones in the game. I would assume. Yeah, 18.5 meters, it looks like. So that is a pretty large cultivator. That won't take that long to do. Alright, so this is supposed to go to field 12, which is down here, right? Somewhere right over here. 41. That's not too far away. I did see somebody had left a comment saying that you can actually just borrow the items for one contract. Then you can use it on multiple different ones. I did see something about that. I would assume if you obviously like have the contract with those items completely done, as in like it's 100% checked off, you just haven't collected it, I would assume you can't then, but so we'll have to keep that in mind in the future. I think there is another cultivating contract, but it's like on the other side of the map from where this is. Oh, this is not going to take long at all. For this size of a cultivator, it's not going to take long. Like, look at this thing. That is a massive cultivator. And yeah, AI worker looks good to me. They'll have that done in no time. Well, the worker's already 8% done with that. Yeah, like I said, that's gonna go pretty smoothly there, I would think. How large the drill is, or cultivator is. And obviously it being a quad track, it shouldn't slow down at all. So we should just need to lime these fields. Oh, this one, and then there's that one down there, which I'm hoping on that field I can set it to go the other direction. And then hopefully it won't have issues with the hill, because that is a steep hill in there. And I would think it would slow it down a lot, and I'm not sure if it's going to, use more lime than what it's needed because of that. Because instead of going 10 miles an hour, you're going to go 4. I would assume it's still going to be flying some lime out at the same rate as it was at 10. Try not to get too much mist, because then it's going to look like all the other fields I have limed, and well, if you've seen those, they look really bad. I have limed a couple of fields and they don't look great. Yeah, the plan for the mowing is I'll do the mowing, and I'll probably do the tethering together, and then we'll break it up by doing something, and then we'll finish out by doing the windrow and baling. Work direction, I can't really do an AI worker, only steering assist. It'll just do this regardless. That's Like I said, I'd prefer if I could do something like that. Like I said, my worry is that they're gonna have issues with that hill. But even if I put the Adco on it, it's gonna have the same issue. We simply just need a bigger tractor. And we really do. That's how you fix this, is getting a bigger tractor that can pull that no problem up steep hills. We're just not there yet. And I'm hoping water buffalo, that milk is worth a lot of money. Obviously, into mozzarella is worth even more money, so we'll work on that. I'm hoping we can make a ton of money that way, and then we can put a bunch of effort into logging then for sawmills and cement factory, which we'll have to buy the cement factory and a debris crusher. And that would all be for the temple. The sawmill itself, we could rent the one on the map, but we will have to obviously bring logs there, which we might be able to use deadwood. I'm not sure if it gives you a decent liter amount though, so whether it's worth it, that's a different story. And to be fair, I'm probably not going to buy any tractor brand new, so I'm not going to look through here and think, oh, hey, I should try to get, the Steyr, the New Holland, or, the Fendt, because if the McCormick goes in the sale, or, the Case, whatever it is in the sales, that's what's going to be bought, not something else. So I'm not going to try and look through there and think, oh, hey, we should try to save for this one. Because simply put, we just don't have a ton of money. So kind of just have to take what we can get. So we'll lease that one. That way, once I need it, I can just, go over here and grab it. Because we might just do one time lapse to finish mowing and tethering. The baling might end up being skipped till next month. We'll see how much time we got. But that would be fine, because, then we'll get the baling done. We can still purchase water buffalo. And we should be able to sell more pallet goods. Because this is quite a large field here. So it's going to take a while to get it mowed. Especially with our mower. Yeah, it's going to be quite a long time, I think, to get this finished here. Get it all mowed. But we'll try to get it, finished today. Try to get it fertilized at some point. But yeah, the biggest thing is we kind of have to figure out how much the water buffalo need to eat and how much they're going to eat. So if we can get 10 in there or something, so we have a decent idea, until we can obviously get silage and everything else, straw, a mixer to do TMR. We're just going to be giving them hay, probably. At least for the time being. I think just straight silage is about the same efficiency score. So yeah, I'll go ahead and talk to everyone once the time lapse is done.
In my head, there's a room where I keep all the words that I wish I'd said. If I lock them away, could I finally find my breath? 'Cause I feel like I'm breathing underwater, pushing every truth into a corner. There's nothing left to follow, waiting for tomorrow. It's like I'm in a panic room, trying to find my fighting for tomorrow. It's like I'm in a panic room, trying to find my way back to the feeling that I once felt, the peace that I knew so well. I'm fighting for what I can't lose, like I'm locked inside a panic room.
Alright, so we're just about done with the tethering here. Yeah, not gonna lie, this definitely took a lot longer than I had initially thought it would, but same time, we don't have huge equipment here, so it's gonna take a while. Unfortunate, but true. Yeah, definitely at some point, I think a bigger mower would be really nice, because it didn't take as long to tether as it did to mow it. The roughest part about the mowing was I could really only go one direction, because if I go on what was already mowed, it was pretty rough, so I was like 3 miles an hour slower. So that wasn't the most efficient way to do things. I tried to make sure I basically went in circles. Obviously that does probably take a little bit more time, because I can't just kind of go whichever way is quickest, so I don't know. It was probably kind of a toss-up on what was faster. Alright, so we should have this field should be done here. Yeah, needs lime, it's done. No, we had to do the whole thing. Yeah. Okay. Let's collect this. So it's 11 grand to complete that. That is nice. At some point, I'm really hoping there's... Nope, we're not doing that. We are not doing that one. At some point, I really hope there's a good weeding one. As like I mentioned a while ago, obviously it was broke before the patch. I just haven't gotten to try it since. At least a worker wouldn't work on it. Maybe that's just something I had happen to and it wasn't a thing everyone had. So yeah, this whole field is done, which is good to see. We'll have to get it planted probably next time then. It used basically all of the lime. We'll get this windroad. Let's see, how big do we dare go? 14 meters is the biggest one we got here? Yeah. Now this is the one that kind of goes, yeah, pushes it to one side, and then I can come back and go back through, you know, combine it. That one's not too bad then. What's the lease price for this? It's almost 5 grand. Lease price for this, 3 grand. That's $1 grand. It's a big difference. That is a mighty big difference. So I think we'll go with this one. Try not to spend too much money. Obviously, at some point in time, we're gonna have to obviously buy these things. I'm hoping we'll get a new tractor at some point. And that'll allow us to, instead of taking out that car there, but instead of taking the medium steps, you know, we go to a slightly bigger windrower, and then we eventually go to the biggest. We can just go to the biggest, or go to the biggest header, yeah, etc. Biggest mower. Instead of taking the small steps, which we kind of did with the mower. Obviously, we bought a smaller one because it was on sale. It was the biggest one we can use for this tractor, though. So, well, there might be slightly bigger ones. Yeah, that might be a little bigger. But still, it's one of the bigger ones that we can actually use. So we kind of had limited options. We look at mowers in here. So we have this one. It's 4.4 meters. We could do this one or this one. So yeah, we could have got bigger. Obviously, these would work on the back as well, but we wouldn't have the mower in the middle, so we would kind of like skip some and have to go back through. I don't think any of us would want to watch that, so unless we wanted to do one of these, it would have been the best bet. Obviously, we are at limited horsepower. I think this is 150, 160. It's not a ton, so it can be upgraded to over 200. I've yet to have a use. At some point I'm going to want to, maybe. But at the same time, we'll get a new tractor someday. Someday. This won't be used as much, then maybe we'll look to replace this instead of upgrading it. Because this is going to need to be constantly maintained. It's 227 hours on it. Like, that is not a small amount of hours, at least for Farm Sim. Realistically, yeah, that's not a ton, but for Farm Sim, that is ancient. That is ancient. Happy way to put it, at least. I've never had anything over 200 hours, so yeah, I think I've had stuff around that 50-hour mark. That stuff we bought used, other, in 22. This was stuff that we started with, so just how Giants intended. But to a point, though, I think Hutan, you probably started out with a little less equipment-wise and everything versus Riverbend. Even land. Yeah, you started with less land, too. So. And then all of your equipment had significantly more hours on it. Well, all that stuff had like 90, I think. A little bit better than 220. But yeah, we'll have this windroad, and then next time we'll get into here, we'll bale it right away. We'll probably have some pallet goods to sell. And we can look to get some water buffalo. And we have 2 fields to plant. Quite a bit going on, actually. Maybe a contract. We'll see. We'll see what's going on. See if there's something simple out there. Like I said, I want to try a weeding one at some point to see if my issue had been fixed with the patch. Nothing has came up, really. I haven't really seen that many weeding contracts. Maybe they fixed it by just taking them out. Because, I don't know if it was a wide thing that a lot of people had issues with, but I just know I could not get workers to work with weeding. They would work with hoeing, just not weeding. Well, I'm going to go ahead and do a short little time lapse. We'll just finish out the rest of the windrowing here. So I'll talk to everyone once the time lapse is done.
Like I'm locked inside a panic room. Like I'm locked inside a panic room. Like I'm locked inside a panic room. Like I'm locked inside, so pull me.
Alright, so we're just about done here. Honestly, yeah, that little bit left is like basically a swath amount. So, yeah, we can get this returned as well then. Keep the hours down on both of those. So yeah, we have this whole field done. We can get it baled next time. And honestly, we should get quite a few bales. This is a pretty big field. Especially for a grass field. It's going to be hopefully far larger than what we need. That way it's not a constant thing. Every 3 months we got to hurry up and get in there right away. It's we can wait till 5 months or something. Whatever it may be. We only got to do it twice a year. Something like that. That wouldn't be too bad. Obviously, if we do TMR, then we'll have to do silage in there and stuff that'll probably make us cut it a little bit more at the start, but that's a ways out because we'll have to obviously afford a mixer in there. And right now, we're just trying to get it going and put hay in there for the time being. Anyways, that is about everything for today. Thank you everyone for watching. Hope you enjoyed. Hope to see you in the next video. Bye.